A winter storm warning is in effect. Currently in our area, 33 degrees with snow. Tonight, generally clear skies, low 30. Winds could occasionally gust over 40 miles per hour. Thursday, sunshine and some clouds, high 41. Winds west at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
This is a powerful storm. Conditions can change quickly.
The power crews have come from Louisiana and Quebec to try and help get power restored.
The heavier snow now coming in.
Don't take this for granted. Take it seriously. Take precautions.
You are watching Winter Storm Central. This is the Weather Channel. We are tracking Winter Storm Quinn. I'm meteorologist Chris Warren with many of our crews fanned out across the Northeast for this, what is again another nor'easter for the month of March. Meteorologist Reynolds Wolf is in Worcester, Massachusetts. Storm tracker Jim Cantori in Bethel, Connecticut. And Justin Michaels is joining us from New York City, where he already experienced thunder snow. A testament to just how strong this storm has been and will be across the Northeast. We're talking snow not just in inches, but in feet in some cases when it's all said and done. Here in New Hampshire, we're about 35 miles outside of Boston and just a few miles from the Boston-New Hampshire state line. And here in Nashua, the snow's been coming down now for about an hour and a half, and this is what we have. Many areas already covered, and we're going to be here for several hours. So we're going to watch the snow pile up with the locals and with the visitors who are here now experiencing a New England snow. And I have a couple of spots that we're going to continue to check back with over the next few hours. And this is also showing how different surfaces cool down and warm up at different rates. So right here, this is, I've measured out 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 inches. The bottom of each tape mark is what the number is. And so we're going to see snow accumulate eventually on the streets. But where it already is accumulating, I have another ruler over here. And this one, again, none of this is official, but this one here, there's 2, 6, 10, and the top is 12. And this shows you that already we're seeing some accumulations. Of course, I just wiped it away from the bottom part, but we're going to see it, and I'll move it later and test it. But meanwhile, some accumulating snow here, nothing right here. Colder surfaces that warm up and cool down, like metal cools down much faster, and metal here is going to accumulate much faster because it gets colder much faster. We want to go back to where there's already been a lot of snow, and that snow has been coming down faster than many spots. That is in New York, and specifically New York City. That's where Justin Michaels is right now. Justin, how are things going for you?
I'll tell you what, Chris, it's a dismal afternoon here in New York City. It's a sticky, wet, heavy snow. Take a look how it's coating this pole, and even the street sign up there completely coated in this really, really intense snow that's coming down. Tell you what, looking westbound here on 59th Street, and you can see just not a lovely evening in the city. People are all walking around. In fact, take a look. You can see the gentlemen and the ladies and people here. Everybody has their umbrellas out because this snow is so wet that, you know, really you need an umbrella. It's almost like snow rain. I don't even know what else to describe it because it's just such a wet, heavy snow. And what it's doing, it's really impacting all sorts of different things. Air travel, chief among them. About half the flights coming and going from the greater New York City area are canceled. Make sure you're checking with your airlines, because I'll tell you what, you probably aren't coming and going, especially as this evening moves on. I know just to the west of where we are right now, they have a lot more snow, 10 inches or so, 8 to 10 inches. We're supposed to get about 10 inches here in New York City, and that's certainly possible still as this evening goes on. But the evening commute is really going to be treacherous. Not a good time to be driving around New York, especially the highway systems, getting into New Jersey. This is really one of those days you probably should have left work early and been at home, working from home, or just taking off the afternoon. In fact, Mayor Bill de Blasio was asking for people to do that. If you had any ability to not stay at work this afternoon and go home early, they're really asking people to do that because, of course, as plow trucks, in fact, there's a plow truck right up there. You can see in the orange up there, municipal crews doing what they can. That's also a salt truck from the sanitation department here in New York City. They really have a lot of road to clear, and of course the highway systems in New Jersey and New York really are extensive, and millions of people travel on them on a daily basis. So just be careful as you're headed out today. It is a real sloppy evening. It's a very dangerous evening on the roads, and again, flying is going to be a major problem. And Carl, I'll tell you what, you know, Carl, the forecasting throughout the course of the day was saying we're supposed to get 8 to 10 inches of snow. Is that still the case here in New York City and Manhattan?
Yeah, you know, I think that's pretty solid. You know, it's not going to accumulate as well in the city there because you've got all those warm surfaces, so it's going to be a little harder to determine that. But we've already had a foot of snow just outside of the city in northern parts of Jersey, and still coming down at a really good clip there. Let's take a look at the visible satellite picture. Look at the eye-like feature showing up with this storm, a very powerful storm, and a big burst of thunder snow right there along the south side of Long Island just within the last few minutes. We're going to take you down, first of all, into southern Jersey, and still coming down here. We've had heavy snow being reported in central and southern Jersey for a few hours now. Really interesting band showing up right in there that is likely the product of some snow that's aggregating into very large clumps and also melting just a little bit. But there is a risk for heavy snow, and the wind has been howling here. But you notice the snow is now winding down in Philly, so it's just about over. We've had about 7, 8, 9 inches in the Philly metro. Winds still gusting now to 30 miles per hour along the Jersey Shore, and so that combined with the heavy wet snow is going to lead to the strong possibility of some power outages across the region. And the snow is really starting to step up now on the south side of Long Island. So right near Islip and Farmingdale, we've had some moderate snow already. It's really going to be coming down at a very good clip as that moves in. And again, on the north and west side of the New York City metro, we've had as much as a foot of snow already. A lot more to come. Snow stepping up also into the Hudson Valley and into the Berkshires, and right now we've got snow on the northwest side of the Boston metro. Warmer air making a little bit of progress across the central part of the metro, but as more of the dynamics move in, we expect that there's going to be a pretty good bit of snow, especially north and west of the city, maybe as much as a foot or more there in the Boston metro area. We want to get out now to Jim Cantore. He is in Connecticut, and Jim, that March sun really helping us out for a lot of the day today, but of course it is going down now.
It did. Yeah, exactly. You can't underestimate what that has done today, especially during our bouts of heavy snow. By the way, that is still going on. I've seen a lot of ambulance, police cars going by here eastbound on 84. Notice traffic not that heavy at all. Not that heavy at all. So a lot of people off the interstates as it's getting bad out here.
Will you stay for practice, Mom?